All women are 304s. Nope. There is no such thing as traditional women anymore. Wrong. Women simply aren't worth it. What does that even mean? I am so tired of all of this negativity. Are you going to insist that masculinity is about growth, suffering, and overcoming difficult things? And then just not date because it's hard? Are some of you really so pessimistic and self-hating that you will just resign yourself to never feeling love and affection? Are you really going to sit here and insist that you have all of the answers to dating and then just refuse to pass those answers on to a woman who is ready and willing to please you? Tell me, what battle are you even fighting? You insist there's a problem, but you aren't trying to actually solve it? What is the point of all of this other than to just kick and scream? There are a lot of great women out there looking for men with your values. Go meet them, be strong in your convictions, and enjoy the life that you can create with them. Because the negativity has got to stop.
Shaming never really fails to manifest with these online queens, does it? When men walk away and women don't want to be all bad by themselves, the belittling language just comes right out. Wait a minute there, my young and confused queen. She said men have the answers to some of the dating issues and refuse to pass them off to women. What do you think this channel and other channels like this one are actually doing? Not to mention, no matter how many videos I put out, when it comes to women, it mostly falls on deaf ears. Oh, let me take this opportunity to thank the handful of women who have written to this gorilla with thanks. I'm glad my advice has helped your relationships out.
I give you 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
But most women don't listen to men's advice and just label it all as misogyny. Fixing the issue of leaving women to independently fend for themselves isn't something men have to do. It's actually women's growth that will change things there, sister. Here's lesson 1. This shaming tactic this queen is using can be without a doubt a primary factor as to why men are going their own way. Why would any man want to take care of a woman who defaults to attempts of talking down on his choices and actions when he isn't harming anyone? Hey, keep it up. My shares of cat food, pet stores, and box wine. Highly appreciate it.
Yeah, boy.
Moving on.
And let me just say this. All you independent women, you can have this. I've had enough. I've had enough. I don't want to be an independent woman anymore, baby. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't need a man, but I need a man. Okay? I'm throwing in the towel. I used to be that girl. Had to let know I was the boss. Had to let it know I was standing on whatever I was standing on. Never shut up. Now, you got it, babe. Within reason, but you got it. All that sister soldier. No, baby, we're not doing that no more. Okay, I'm delicate. Treat me as such.
For real, girlfriend? She is no longer a strong and independent queen, although she still says she don't need a man. Not to mention, I highly suspect she is a single parent. I'm not saying that is the reason she wants a man now, but I will say that sure knocks down her SMV several levels. More than likely, there's an imp out there who is thirsty enough to continue another man's saved game. But will this queen be attracted to him? She said it herself that she used to mouth off. I bet she wanted a man who could handle her until the men she liked all decided that she should go handle herself. Ladies, let me just say it. Being a submissive woman is not some switch you turn on. You either are one or you're not.
Now that's a lot of damage.
This young queen can put on a show and play the part for a while, but the bulk of men worth their salt know that once a combative woman, always a combative woman. Sorry, sister. She may not want to be strong and independent no more, but she made her choice a while back. Now she's got to live with it. Moving on.
Can we talk about how much of a disadvantage that independent women are at? Because it's seen as an unattractive trait, but a lot of times we are independent because we've had to be. And I know there's always people who are like, this is what modern day has done to women. And in some cases, yes, but in most cases, it's because we've had to be. And we don't want to be. I think I speak for most women when I say women want to be taken care of. A lot of us struggle to release control and allow somebody to take care of us because we don't have a safety net. Compared to girls who grew up being taken care of and are spoiled, that is the norm for them. So it is incredibly easy to release control because they've always released control. And in those cases especially, those women typically have a safety net. So even if things go haywire, there's no fear attached to it because there will always be a safety net. But when you have had to be hyper independent because you found yourself in a situation where you were in survival mode and in the years following, you created a sense of security for yourself, it is not easy to trust that somebody will maintain that security for you.
Actually, it is women's fault for being so independent. Sorry, sister, but it was women who fought hard against the ever so oppressive flying spaghetti monster patriarchy for their desired liberation. Hey, you got it. And with liberation comes the responsibility of paying your own bills. Welcome to a man's world, sister. What's that? You want to go back to not being independent? Sorry, there is no putting that genie back in the bottle. Oh, you don't have a safety net. Please show everyone in the comments when men had a safety net. Ladies, let me put it this way. After long decades of Western women telling men they were the problem, that they were not needed, that they were holding women back, along with the parades, marches, movements of the women wanting to date and live like a man, well, men gave it to you. So whose fault is it that you are strong and independent? Women for demanding it, or men for giving women the dating freedom they wanted? I'm not taking sides. I'm just pointing out the reality here.
Oh, the world owes me a living.
So women who have had no choice but to be independent because of the hands they were dealt, plus ones who have tried to trust and were as a result of it, will not know how to let somebody take care of them. And for women like me, I don't want somebody who balances out my masculinity by being the feminine one in the relationship and depending on me. I don't want to wear the pants. I am only attracted to alpha men who are so much more masculine than me that it makes my masculinity look like a it completely shuts it off. But the issue is that, one, most men don't know how to be that kind of masculine man that's in control in a respectable way. And two, the ones who are, again, typically don't want to deal with women who don't know how to release control, because I don't want to teach somebody how to be in control, just like they don't want to teach somebody how to be out of control. And don't get me wrong, I'm somebody who has always been pretty independent, but I became hyper independent, especially financially, when I found myself in a situation where I was in survival mode and I had no choice but to fend for myself. So all that's to say, in many cases, probably most cases, independent women are independent because we had to be, and we don't know how to be otherwise.
One who tried to trust and got ducked. She is talking about the minority. Sorry, sister, but when women put in for that 70% plus divorce rate, you can't really try to make a case with less than 30% of relationships to even remotely make it look like it's the default setting here. And her first point on the issue that most men don't know how to be masculine, well, you can thank those single mother households for that one. How can you teach a man to be masculine when you're not a man?
God, Karen, you are so stupid.
She's on the money on her second point, because men who are masculine just aren't going to even bother dealing with these boss babes. Since when does having a job mean a woman stops being feminine? It doesn't, unless you are in a male-dominated field, which you must adjust to, or you are in boss babe mode. Either way, whose job is it for women to be more feminine? Oh yeah, it's obviously the men's job. It's not like women have freedom of choice or anything. Ladies, let me just be 100 with all of you. Men are not going to listen to stories like these and think, oh my, it's not her fault. She is so masculine. Let me take the time to handle her, teach her to be submissive, and take care of her so she isn't independent anymore.
How about new?
Men are just going to be blunt about how, since all of you want a masculine man and you don't want to be with a weak man, as this young queen stated, in the same stance, men are going to use a masculine woman for entertainment purposes, but not much else after that. Either that or use them as a placeholder until a submissive woman shows up. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.